Good morning, you guys. It's day number 59 of my stay-batical to 50. This is my 100-day journey to better myself, to improve my physical health, body composition, strength, to improve my mental health and my mindset, and to just watch what happens. And so, sorry I'm late. I have tried to get on 6 times on Instagram Live, and for some reason it kept giving me an error message every time I tried to go live. So that's why I'm a little bit late, you guys. It's very cloudy here in Spartanburg, South Carolina today. Light little drizzle. I don't mind that at all. And it poured down rain yesterday after I got done with the live in the morning. It was soaking wet. So got back just in time. But I hope you guys are having a great day today. It is Friday. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. I'm still chucking along 59 days into this and loving every minute of it, as Loverboy said in the 1980s. So, as I always do, I like to bring up a topic, and I'm going to pin today's topic. Today, we are going to talk about, are you actually proud of yourself? And when you start talking about this kind of subject, people immediately put up guards. What do you mean, am I proud of myself? I'm not one of those arrogant, egotistical, narcissistic people that, oh yes, I am so proud of myself. But it's not like that. I don't want you to look at it in that way. Yes, there are people that are that way. And we all know those people. But I think the average everyday person going after a goal, I don't think you are that way. If anything, you're the exact opposite of being that way. And let me explain. I think you, when you go on a journey, are so concerned about the journey that you forget about the human being that's doing that journey. And yes, you right there are a human being worthy of all the things that's going to result from the effort you're putting in to your own personal journey. You guys know I'm on a health journey right now, seeking to be better. And let's be clear, I'm pretty damn healthy already. I've eaten low carb for 17 years, keto for almost 10 years, carnivore for the past almost 4 years. I'm healthy when it comes to my nutrition. The things that I'm working on now are some of the other lifestyle things that can make that nutrition work better. And so I don't want people to hear, wow, he's finally on a health journey. No, I've been on a health journey for 17 years. This is just the next step for me to try to optimize that more and more. And look, I'm proud of me for doing those things. I know the effort that I'm putting in to do all these things. And I have worked very, very hard these past 59 days to try to put my body in the best possible position to be even better, to be even stronger, to be even more resilient. And if we're not pursuing those things regularly, ask yourself why. Could it be that you're doing all that effort, but you're forgetting to love that person doing it? And again, I know this might seem hokey. You might be like, I don't want to love myself. Well, why the heck not? Love yourself. Makes you proud of yourself. Makes you feel human. Think about that. People go on a journey to lose weight, to get healthy, whatever. And they go on that journey and they never once say anything kind to themselves. They never once give credence to the humanity that is doing all those things. They just go. And it becomes this formula. it becomes this obligation, really, to do certain things. And so once you get the obligation in, check mark off the list, move on. And I feel like that is a horrible way to go on a journey. Yes, you need that discipline. Yes, you need those checklists of things so you'll get them done. But at the end of the day, how are you caring for that human that's doing all those things? I would dare say a lot of people go on journeys and never once are mindful of the human being doing that journey. It's just all about the methodicalness of the diet and the exercise and all the things you're doing. And this is what has helped me so much, you guys, on this journey, is not only has it been a physical journey, it has been that. All these things I'm doing, very physical, very much having an impact physically. But the things that I've done have also fed into my mental state. And of course, I've cultivated that. I've been open to being more positive, which you guys know I'm a pretty positive person as it is, but being even more positive, more encouraging to myself, to the point that I am proud of me. And if you don't get to that point where even you are proud of yourself, if you don't get to that point, how do you expect anybody else to do that for you? And this applies in every area of life. If you don't love yourself, how do you expect other people to love you? If you don't show any care for yourself, how do you expect other people to care for you? Doesn't make sense, right? So if you're on a journey right now, and so many of you joined me on day 51 of my journey, so now you're 9 days in to your journey, are you proud? Are you actually proud of yourself? Because damn it, if you're not, get with the program. I'm going to say that loud and clear. Get with the program. Realize that being proud of yourself is the first step in any journey to keeping that momentum going, to getting all that you want accomplished. Don't not be proud of yourself. There's enough people trying to beat you down in your journey, right? Enough people. And try being a public figure in the health and wellness space and still have weight on the body. Yeah, that's fun. Not. It's not fun at all, because you will get every incarnation of unsolicited advice that you've ever looked for, or never looked for, that's for sure. Good morning. And so I wanted to encourage you guys today that if you're not already mindful of your own self and actually proud of what you right there are accomplishing, get there. It's amazing how that one simple little mindset will shift everything about your journey. A lot of people will say, "Are you proud of me?" to like a friend or a family member. "Are you proud of me?" And I'll throw it back in their face. Yes, but are you proud of you? And when you get to that point where you realize you're not really proud of yourself and you're looking for external validation, you're about to change your life. You're about to shift the sands of everything about your journey. And watch how your outlook changes too. Watch how you're able to turn around any negative thoughts that might come up. You're having a bad day, you're not feeling your greatest, which, by the way, you guys, I'm gonna turn it around for you. I got my second pair of shoes in. Yesterday, I showed you the gray ones. So the teal ones came in today. So I'm rocking and rolling with the teal shoes today. And that makes me feel good. The ankle's feeling good. Walking really fast. Which, by the way, yesterday I did break my record. You guys saw I went further than I ever have. Well, when I came back and I looked at the data on my Oura ring, it had showed that that I walked faster than I ever have. So that was cool. And I feel like I'm walking a pretty good clip today. So, but are you actually proud of yourself? I want to hear from you guys today, especially if you've been on a journey in the past, if you're currently on a journey. Tell me your experience. Tell me your experience if you've not been proud of yourself while on a journey. How did you feel? Were you constantly seeking external validation? Look, we all need validation. We all need to have those moments where we feel like we're accomplishing something. And isn't it a shame that we have to look for that in other people? To me, I am my own best self-motivator. I am the one person that if nobody says anything to me to encourage me, I will. And again, that's not haughtiness, that's not narcissism, that's you loving you. And by golly, you gotta love you, or who's gonna do it, right? So guys, just joining us, it's day 59 of my Stay-Batical to 50. This is my 100-day journey. Trucking along, you guys. Trying to improve my body composition, mindset, and pretty much observing whatever else happens. This is also a big old let's go Brandon to all those people who think I can't do it. And yes, I used the cultural reference instead of the vulgar one. All right, so let's go scroll back to the top. See what you guys have to say. Welcome in, welcome in. Karen says, I made it. Yes, you did, my dear. Yes, you did. Bulletproof coconut. Go, Jimmy. Thank you for that. Sharon says, good morning, all. All right. Snoochie says, yes, I am proud of me and you. Look, it's infectious. When you start being proud of yourself, how can you not be proud of other people watching them on their journey? My friend Brittany's on here. I saw her pop in. She would be the first to tell you that I was cheering her on throughout her 75 hard experience. Cheering her very hard. But she was cheering me too. And still is cheering me. I didn't mean to make it sound like it was in the past tense, Brittany. But you cheer each other on because you're proud of yourself. You're proud of other people. I think I always say that to people. And I say that so confidently for other people because I've internalized it myself. I'm right there knowing that the most important person in my life is me. And if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't possibly take care of other people. And again, it rides that line. People are like, well, I want to be humble and I don't want to be narcissistic. Okay, I get it. But don't do it to the exclusion of yourself. Don't have that mentality of, well, I can never be proud of myself. You better damn well be proud of yourself. Again, when push comes to shove and there's nobody there expressing how proud they are of you, you got to be the one. And I know it might be a new concept for a lot of you. You've always looked for external validation. Start internalizing some of that. Watch how your life changes. You just got to trust me on this, you guys. And this includes encouraging yourself. And of course, somebody's alarm is going off right as I'm walking by. Don't you know I'm live on Instagram? Kimber says, I agree 100%. It's a great concept, right? To be proud of yourself. Once you understand it, once you get it, and you get past that feigning of humility. Oh, I can never be proud of myself. Yeah, you can. Not only can you, you should. And if you're not, this is why I'm on here today, talking to you guys. Keep It Simple says, I am super proud of myself and my journey, and I'm not shy about being proud. Hey, look, be proud, be loud. I feel like that's the only way you can really kind of keep the momentum going for yourself. Because there will be days. There will be days. Trust me, there will be days. And in those moments, on those days, you got to come up with some way to keep yourself going. And so, hang on a second, there's dogs. Good morning, ladies. So on those days that you're just not feeling great, you don't really feel all that motivated, and quite frankly, nobody is validating you, saying how proud they are. You need to come from within. By the way, proud of yourself doesn't mean that you've arrived. I think sometimes people hold back on saying they're proud of themselves, partly because they don't want it to seem like, well, I'm proud of me, so therefore the journey's over. Pride isn't like that. Having pride in someone doing a thing isn't like that. It's more of, hey, I see you there. I know what you're doing. You're doing great work. I'm proud of you. That's what pride in someone is. That's what, when you say you're proud of someone, including yourself, is all about. You haven't arrived, but you're on your way. You're well on your way. Dirty little secret, you never arrive. You're never actually arrived. You could get down to some goal weight, okay, but that's not arriving. What do you do after that? You get to this marker that you've set for yourself, but the journey's not over. For a lot of people it is. They set a journey to lose 50 pounds. They hit the 50 pounds, they're done. They don't know what to do. If you're proud of yourself, you'll say, okay, what else can I do? I think all of us can be in a pursuit of health for our entire lives. And of course, people hear that and go, well, I don't want to be on a diet my whole life. I don't want to have to work my butt off all my whole life. I want to enjoy life. You can enjoy lots of life. You should be enjoying your life, even in the midst of this journey right here. Look, on this journey I'm on, day 59, I've been to Orlando at a conference. I went to Miami at a conference. I went to a Halloween party with my best friend. I've done lots of stuff to have fun and still enjoy life, even in the midst of working on myself. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I'm living a human life, a real life, not letting life pass me by, even while I'm working on myself. Life is too short, you guys. It's too precious for us to squander it, not investing in ourselves enough to love ourselves and care about ourselves, and damn it, being proud of ourselves, right? Sherry says, hi, you're amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Sherry. You're a sweetheart. Snoochie says, when I mess up, my proudness turns to guilt. Well, you can allow it to turn to guilt. And that's certainly something that the natural human inclination is. Oh, see, I shouldn't have been proud. I should have hunkered down. And I guess defining what proud means. Proud doesn't mean kind of puffing your chest out and boasting that things are going perfectly and no problems whatsoever are going to ever come up. I guess if you think of it in that way, it could lead to guilt if things go sideways. I think the proud is the fact that you got up in the morning, which, by the way, you guys, I got more sleep last night than I've gotten in forever. I slept, and those of you that follow my sleep data on my Instagram stories, you're going to fall out of your chair on this one. I slept 8 hours and 45 minutes. That's not in bed. In bed was like 10 and a half hours. I slept for 8 hours, 45 minutes, like unbelievably long sleep. Those of you that follow me, you know, 6.5 is about my average. But for some reason, my body said, homeboy, you gonna sleep tonight. And boy, did I ever sleep. So I don't know, my body was like, all right, you've been working really hard lately. Let's give this boy some rest. And the only reason I woke up when I did was a friend of mine who knows I get up early actually called me. Called me. Hello. And she's like, oh, did I wake you up? She's like, you're the one person I know that's awake this time of day. It was like 6:45. And I was like, actually, I was asleep. It was funny. But I said, no, I heard you. I heard your phone ring and I answered right away. So, but yes, guys, be proud of you. And look, there's no reason to feel guilt about it, even if things don't go your way. Pride in yourself, being proud of yourself, is not about saying, okay, I've made it. Nothing else matters. And it's like, no. It's kind of acknowledging all along the journey that you're doing well. I think a day that you have a protocol, that you accomplish that protocol, you do the things that you were meant to do, you should be proud of that. And then you're doing it the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And all of those small little moments of being proud of yourself, they add up to, by the end of this journey, you're going to be like, you know what? I'm glad I didn't kick my ass in the midst of that. I'm glad that I stayed true to myself, acknowledging that what I'm doing is hard, and yet I did it anyway. That's what being proud of yourself is about. Sherry says, way to go. I'm very proud of myself. Loving my morning sunlight challenge. Yes, Sherry took on this challenge accepted thing the very day that I put it out there. She grounded in the grass with her brother, got sunshine. So anxious to hear, Sherry, how over time that will help improve your mood, improve your sleep. Really fascinating stuff. So I'm proud of you. Very, very proud of you. Bulletproof Coconut, self-love and being there for yourself is crucial. Sometimes you have no one there but yourself. Exactly. I'm very fortunate. I have friends who love me, care about me. Brittany's on here right now, but other people check on me. Sometimes just out of the blue, right when I'm having one of those moments of needing somebody, I'll hear from them. And of course, if I'm truly in need and I reach out, I've got friends who will immediately respond, text, call. So that's cool. And I had moments a lot over the last 2 years where I needed somebody. So it's good to surround yourself with those kinds of people in your life. Kira says, I don't care if other people are proud of me. I am proud of me, but also my worst critic. What's good enough today isn't good enough tomorrow. Well, Kira, you're a very special woman because you're a highly self-motivating person and you've got the I don't give a F about what anybody thinks attitude. And I love it. I think that's wonderful. But there are those moments where you could share and feed off of kind of other people during those moments when you're not feeling your best. I hope to be one of those friends for you. I try to be anyway, every time you've talked to me. But yeah, you're one of those rare breeds that doesn't need the help of other people to get going. Self-care is not me first. It's me too. Too often we leave ourselves behind. What a great quote. I love that. Keep it simple. Self-care is not me first. It's me too. And yet a lot of people look at it as me first. But the me too, I love that. That I'm just as valuable as the other people in my life. I call that the mom syndrome, where moms feel like they've got to take on all the burdens of their kids and their husband. And those are the people that matter and only ones that matter. And then you kind of go, well, what about you, Mom? Why aren't you in that equation? Trust me, it's been out there for years. Moms working their tails off for their family and then forgetting about themselves. Moms, be proud of you too. Always. Be proud of you. Good morning, Luli. Heal, Nourish, Grow says, so few other people ever root for you, so you have to do it for yourself. We're always proud of you, though. Thank you. Yes, that is so true. And I mentioned that earlier, that when nobody else is rooting for you, who's going to root for you? Who's going to tell you, good job? You know, and when you're a kid, those things are so crucial because they're still developing emotionally, intellectually. So getting that feedback is so important. But as an adult, people seem to forget we still have that innate nature within us to want validation, to want encouragement. And I hate that we become adults and we forget to have that childlike wonder of life and wanting to have that approval. And we seek it out from other people. This is why I love, and I credit you, Brittany. My friend Brittany, she has 3 little girls. And she'll pull this question on them when they say, Mommy, are you proud of me for drawing a picture or whatever? And she'll turn it around on them. Are you proud of you? I've always loved that. It's stuck with me. All right, guys, I'm coming up on my new halfway point. You guys will remember this yesterday. This big drop off. I don't go quite all the way down that hill. I hit that little spot halfway down. But looks like I'm going at a really good clip again today. My new shoes are doing great. And I'm flying down this course, down this trail. But I love that, Brittany, where you turn it around your kids, and what she's teaching them, which I think is brilliant, is always be proud of yourself first. Don't always seek validation. Now, once they say, yes, I'm proud of myself, Mommy, then she'll say, yes, it's beautiful, honey. You know, and so they get the internal validation first, and then they seek out that external validation from Mom, and it just builds. So that's the way you need to look at it too, you guys. Are you actually proud of yourself? Watch what happens. When you feel pride in what you're doing, other people will notice. Other people will reciprocate. They'll feed off that energy that you're putting out there. It's powerful. Really powerful. Linda says, listening to my body and taking my first rest day. I love it. That's being proud of yourself too. Look, I've worked so hard over these past however many days, Linda. And so therefore, I'm proud of what I've accomplished. I pushed myself hard, and I'm going to rest. There's being proud in the rest as well. So important. Brittany says, some tough love. Stop seeking validation outside of yourself. Yes. Appreciate, be proud of yourself. All the rest is just bonus. She's right, you guys. We're always seeking that external, especially from people that we care about, that we want to notice us. And look, we're all human. And in our humanness, we sometimes miss the forest for the trees. And your expectation of other people giving you validation might just be an unreasonable expectation, knowing that other people are going through things in their lives, they get busy, and they don't always notice things. That's when you've got to motivate yourself, be proud of yourself, and do all those things. Once you learn that lesson, so much of your life is going to radically change. Once you validate yourself, love yourself, be proud of yourself, you don't need all those other things. And like Brittany says, all that rest is just gravy. It's just a bonus. Bonus. Kimber says, you stole my sleep. Yes. 8 hours, 45 minutes is not normal for Jimmy. But I'll take it. I'll have one of those nights like that. And it wasn't that I went to bed late or anything. I actually went to bed a little early last night. But then I woke up, what was it, around 1. Had a little bit of trouble getting back to sleep, but I got back to sleep. Then I was awake at 3:30, thought about getting up. I saw my Oura ring, showed a sleep score of 82, which was pretty good. But then I went to the bathroom and I'm like, I'm still tired. So I went back and laid down. And then when my friend Kelly called me at 6:45, I woke up and I had the 8 hours, 45 minutes of sleep, which is a sleep score of 90. Really strong sleep score. So I will take the extra rest for whatever reason I got it and enjoy. I want to sleep that long, says Karen. Yeah, not like me to sleep that long, I can assure you. Brittany says, I only got 4 hours of sleep over here. I foresee a nap. Yes. But Brittany, you're the mommy of 3 little munchkins and a wild man. So you've got lots of stuff. Plus yesterday you had a busy day and movie night and all the things that you did. So yes, probably worked you up too much. But yes, I see a nap coming in your future, near future as well. Sherry says, I'm sleeping so much better. And that's been my biggest issue. It's fantastic. I've gotten other nurses to do it with me on our breaks, talking about standing in the sun. That's amazing. See, you just needed Jimmy to kind of give you that gentle nudge to get going with something. And now look at you. You're being Jimmy to all your coworkers now. It's infectious. I'm loving hearing that. That's great. Alice says, got a random question for you. Are you worried about having one arm stronger than the other of holding the phone up for an hour while walking? I switch hands. I use this hand, and I'll switch hands and use this hand, and I'll go back and forth. So, no. Although, most of us are strongest in the arm that we use the most. So I'm right-handed, and I think I'm strongest in my right arm. I don't know. I don't think you have equal strength on both sides. If you've ever lifted heavy, and you just start lifting heavy, you'll notice this right away. Because one side, let's just say you're doing a bicep curl. One side, you'll come up. It'll be pretty easy, relatively speaking. The other side, you're struggling. So it's like, whoa. You know which is stronger at that point. So, no, I don't think, and especially it's just a light little iPhone. But I have learned the fine art of holding up a phone while talking to you guys while walking. It's a trick if you've never done it before. You should try it. Parkman says, yo, Jimmy, is it raining by you? It rained yesterday. When I walked out at the very beginning, it was drizzling. Right now, it's just hazy. You can see all the kind of fog, haze in the air. So not going to see the sun much today. I think it's coming out tomorrow. But still out here doing the thing, which, by the way, I looked at the next 10-day forecast to see if there's any rain. There's not. But it's going to get a whole heck of a lot colder right when November hits. I was looking late next week. Woo! We're looking at mid-30s, low 30s. I'm like, I may have to concede to wearing a light jacket or something. I'll still wear shorts, but shorts, t-shirt, and maybe a windbreaker. I've never been one for a big overcoat jacket. No thanks. I'm already hot enough. Yes, ladies, I'm hot enough. Wearing next to nothing. Plus, with me out here walking and walking fast, I'm breaking a sweat, even though it's a little warmer today. I think it's like low 50s today, and humid with all the wetness in the air. But when it gets in the 30s, whoo, I can feel my ears now. They're going to start being going zzz. But I've always enjoyed the cold, as you guys well know. Rooting for you. Thank you for that, Parkman. Crossing an intersection. Okay. Let's see the new kicks. Yeah, I showed them earlier. There's my teal kicks. Enjoying them so far. Thank you, ladies. Enjoy your day.
You too.
Thank you. What brand are your sneakers? Says Berkeley. So, I knew somebody was going to ask that. I got them from the running shoe store, Fleet Feet. Again, Brittany told me about that store. I think the brand is like, here, let me, Hoka, I believe. Hoka. And it's the Bondi shoe. I've never bought any shoes other than New Balance and Nike. So it was interesting going to a running shoe store and having them fit my foot, realizing one foot's bigger than the other, realizing I needed 14s. Like, that was a shocker. So I've been in 13s since college, 13 wide width. And she said, you do have a wide foot. So these are comfortable. I like them. Very minimal pain in the right ankle, which that was the whole purpose of changing shoes. Did not want to be in pain anymore. Many a day I was out here limping through most of this course, most of this trail. That's no fun. So I'm proud of myself for realizing I needed to make a change to the new shoe. Keep it simple. I have to say, Jimmy, I feel proud of you. You're putting yourself out there, being vulnerable has been more help to others than you'll know. Thank you. I feel like I'm in a unique position because I've been online forever and ever, amen. And there are moments when I have not been proud of myself, when I've listened to some of the negativity that's come my way. How can you not? If you're human, you're going to hear that stuff. It's going to seep into your subconscious. And I've had those moments where I haven't been very proud of who I am and what I'm doing and what are you doing talking about health. You're not healthy, all the nonsense. And so when it came to this journey, I could have easily just stayed anonymous with it, did it behind the scenes. But I said, no, I have enough pride in myself to realize I can use this as an opportunity to encourage others and to be there for other people. I've been amazed at how many of you guys have said that watching my journey has helped you in your own journey. And I've seen this before when I've done some guided fasts. I'll do a 7-day fast. And there's people that have never fasted at all before, that they finished that 7 days. Why? Because they had someone else doing it that they loved and respected, looked up to. So hopefully this sabbatical, we got a bunch of you guys doing this. But it's not the be all end all of you only did it because of me. I think what happens is you accomplish it, maybe motivated because of me. But then you realize, holy crap, I've got this within me. I can do this. Thanks, Jimmy, for getting me going. But I love myself enough. I'm proud of myself enough that I'm going to do it for me. Human nature is a really funny thing sometimes, isn't it? That we need, or we think we need, other people to motivate us and get us going, show us validation and all the things. When at the end of the day, it's all inside of you the whole time. Not once has it not been inside of you. Now, you might have squelched it down and silenced it and not made it a prevalent part of your life. But once you accomplish, it makes you want to do that. So thank you for those very kind comments. Karen says, always keep it simple. I agree with that. Yes. Simple, simple, simple. You'll do it. Simple but challenging. I will add that. Don't do it so simple that it's easy and you're not really pushing yourself. Simple with a challenge. You'll get there if you do that. Angie Jen says, I got out in the pouring rain this morning. The wind had dropped, so it was a really good walk. Pre-dawn clocks changed this weekend over here. Yeah, it doesn't quite change in South Carolina. I think like November. I'm trying to remember. It's either next Sunday or the Sunday after. I can't remember which one. I think it's next Sunday, which would be the 7th. And so on that day, and all the days moving forward, I will go back an hour. So right now would be 7:34, not 8:34. So we'll be getting back out here at 6:45 when the time changes. So just be aware of that, you guys. I get up with the sun. All right. Being genuinely proud is different than being prideful. Paul, love that distinction. Thank you, sir. Prideful. We all know those people who are prideful, narcissistic, full of themselves. We all know those people. But having pride in yourself is a totally different thing. So thank you for that distinction. You're so right. Angie says, I know that I'm worth it. You go, girl. We are. We're all worth it. And look, I used to think doing affirmations was hokey, but I've come to realize affirmations just remind yourself of who you already are. Affirmations isn't feeding into your brain things that aren't true. Affirmations is like, hey, remember this. You're worthy, you're loved, you're cared for. I'm proud of you. That's all affirmations are. I've been doing a lot of meditations with this journey, this Sabbatical to 50 journey, and a lot of the meditations have these affirmations in them. And it always makes me smile when I hear them go down this list of all these affirmations, because we are all those things. We're so much more than we give ourselves credit for. And again, the nastiness of the world and social media makes it a little bit hard to affirm yourself. But you do it anyway, right? And I love that. Sherry says, calibrating or celebrating each win is a simple way to start being proud. Yes! And a win, again, doesn't mean that you've arrived. A win means it's a mile marker on the way to getting where you're wanting to go. So yes, celebrate that. When I had my original weight loss story in 2004, well, on the Atkins diet, I made this big old poster board, old school styled, and I put down weight and I put down the dates. And for every 10 pounds that I lost, I celebrated. Obviously not with food, but had some kind of a celebration, acknowledged it, showed pride in myself for the accomplishment. And of course, early on, ching, 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 I was hitting all those 10-pound goals really fast. And then when the going got tough and it wasn't quite getting to 10 pounds. I'm like, I'm 8.5 pounds down. 1.5 more pounds, I'll hit the next goal. But it motivated me and let me celebrate different markers. So I tell people I lost 180 pounds, but actually I lost 10 pounds 18 times. That incrementalism makes eating that elephant a lot easier, right? It actually attaches dopamine and makes you more likely to do it again. Be proud and celebrate. Yes, that dopamine hit from, dude, I lost another 10 pounds. Dude, I accomplished this thing. Celebrate along the way. And again, it's not premature. Having pride in yourself doesn't mean you've gotten there. It just means you acknowledge that the journey you took was hard, and yet you got it accomplished all along the way. I love it. Oh, don't do that to me, Sherry. Sherry says WWJD. And for those of you from Christian culture back in the 90s and early 2000s, there was this big movement, WWJD. What would Jesus do? She's now saying, and please don't strike me down, what would Jimmy do? No, don't do what Jimmy would do. You do what you would do. I don't want that onus on me. Celebrate every win, yes. Okay, define cold in the South, says Karen. Well, for us Southern people, at least here in South Carolina, it can get as low as in the teens. That's pretty rare, though. It doesn't get quite that cold every year. Typical is like upper 20s, low to mid 30s. I think the coldest we've ever had here was 4. It got down to 4 degrees. That was about 6 or 7 years ago. And we don't get snow that often either. Once every few years. And usually it's just a dusting and it's melted by the next day. Very rarely do we get like 6-8 inches. We've gotten it, but very rare. The South can get cold, you guys, unless you live in Florida, which we don't count Florida as the South. Florida is its own entity. Kind of like California out west. I love Fleet Feet, says Laurie in Berkeley. And you don't have to wear them in. Yeah, I'm loving how comfortable they are from the get-go. When I was in the store the other day, they had me walk just so they could see my walking pattern. And the girl was like, ooh, you're curling your foot inward. We've got shoes that will correct that. And as soon as I put on these shoes and I started walking, the pain, boom, gone. And she saw how fast I was walking. She's like, holy crap, you were limping coming in. I'm like, yeah, I don't feel it at all now. So it's just as simple as correcting that tilt and making it upright. It doesn't let the foot roll inward anymore. And of course, wearing these shoes will correct the mechanics of my ankle so it can heal. So I am grateful. Thank you again, Brittany, for telling me about Fleet Feet. Cost me a pretty penny, but we got the shoes we need now. So rockin' and rollin'. Sherry says the community you've created is amazing. Wish everyone could see and be inspired by you. Such a great start. Therapist Jimmy. No, I don't want that either. I have thought about being a life coach. I feel like I've lived a lot of different life experiences, from my childhood trauma to my business success to all the things that I've been through in my life. Down the road stuff. I like what I do now. Couldn't imagine not podcasting, not book writing. Those kind of are what I do and what I feel like I'm good at. I am growing to learn this motivation thing, doing these walk and talks. So that's fun. How's the ankle? Yes, as I was just saying, my corrective shoes that I got at this running store, Fleet Feet, have made the ankle better. Now, it's still sore. don't get me wrong. I can still feel it, especially when I take the shoes off and I walk barefoot. I'm like, ooh, yeah, it's still there. But it'll heal over time. And everything that I looked up about healing a sprained ankle is always like, the sooner you can start walking on it, the stronger it'll get. So I'm taking that to heart. And you guys know this is quite the challenging trail that I'm on, especially as far as I went. That furthest point that I'm at so far, very steep hills. So I think it'll just keep getting stronger as I keep losing belly fat. We'll stop putting so much pressure on it. So yeah, thank you for asking. Doing much better. I feel like walking now. Well, good. Where you been, Parkman? Start walking, my brother. Sherry says, I love that. Lost 10 pounds 18 times. Look, it's about perspective and celebrating along the way. We stop celebrating, then we stop feeling like we've accomplished. We stop being proud of ourselves. You won't stay in the game if you stop being proud of yourself. You just won't. Karen says, in Wisconsin, we don't get our big coat out until it's below 0. Well, you in Wisconsin, you'd be that way. Yeah, a southern boy trying to say a Wisconsin accent sounds really weird, doesn't it? So, Wisconsin. It's not like Minnesota. Every time I hear a Minnesota accent, I always think of Fargo, North Dakota. Fargo, the movie. Yeah. Or in Baston, park the car in the Baston. Yes, Jimmy does not need to be trying to have accents because he has a big old southern accent. Although I love doing my Aussie accent. She'll be right, mate. She'll be right, mate. In Toronto, that's where I'm at, says Keep It Simple. I'll be walking in slush and snow soon, but I don't stop. Good for you. I would be a little bit worried about ice here. That we don't get as much snow in South Carolina as we get ice. Ice storms, oof. You could have thick ice on the ground from the freezing rain and sleet. And so you got this slickness on the ground. Nobody knows how to drive in it. And I definitely would not walk in it. So gonna be interesting as we get in the next 40 or so days of my journey to finish this thing off. Will we have any weather like that? We don't usually get weather where it's like precipitation until January, typically. Sometimes we'll get a surprise one before the holidays, but most of the time it's January, February when we get the monstrosity of snow or whatever. But yeah, you're more likely in the south to lose power from ice hanging off the power lines than you are of like snow and having a snowstorm. Welcome to the south. In fact, I got a whole home generator because of all the ice storms we had over the years. I was so tired of losing power that I've got a generator, huge generator in my backyard, that it would keep everything on. Like you turn on everything in the house for 30 days in a row, have everything running constantly for 30 days in a row, and it would power all of that. Got a 1,000-gallon propane tank, and yeah. So if the apocalypse hits, Jimmy's going to have a little bit of power, and of course I'm not going to run everything all at the same time. I would conserve it, but I would have the ability to kick it on, kick it off. Yes. Fun. Karen says I keep them on my car. Oh, clamp-ons for your car. Yes. Again, Southerners, we don't believe in that. We might put chains on our vehicle tires, but most people don't. They just slip and slide. And, oh, well, I didn't know you couldn't ride on ice. Dumbass. Bulletproof Coconut, you can become an impersonator. Yeah, no thanks. I have fun with it. I don't think I'm very great at it, but I have fun with it. Makes life interesting because I am not a fan of boring at all. Karen says ice is terrifying. It can be. And it's not so much the ice, it's the other people on that ice. Them some cray-cray people, especially down here in the South. Alice says the Facebook page called Unlearn Rethinked shared a quote from you this morning. Oh, wow. What did they say? What did I say? It is always surreal when I'm scrolling social media and I'll see somebody quote me just randomly. Have a little meme that they made from one of my books or one of my podcasts transcribing. It's surreal when I see those things, but I guess it means people value what you say. So that's cool. Kira says, I was waking up with terrible headaches. Thought it was HBP, high blood pressure. I did some research. Turns out I was taking my DHEA at the wrong time of day, celebrating having the ability to solve my own problems in SV. Love it. Yeah. I think those of us that are nerdy and get into all the things, we hear things and we don't always hear the complete story about them. I remember when I first heard about MCT oil, I thought, okay, let me give this a go. And I didn't hear anything about dosage or nothing, and you guys know what's coming next. So I take 2 tablespoons of MCT oil, thinking, wow, it's going to boost my ketones. Oh, it boosted something all right. For the next 4 hours, I couldn't stop shitting my pants. Woo! Never have I seen so much come out. So if you're ever constipated, or you know somebody's constipated, give them some MCT oil. They won't be constipated anymore, I assure you. Or magnesium citrate. Give them some of that too. They won't never stop pooping. It'll feel like, at least. Yes, you only make that mistake once, and then the gastric reflux just starts to burn when you have the MCT oil. It's no fun. But I'm glad you figured it out for yourself. Alice says it was a long quote on an image and a link to one of your books. Cool. I have written 9 books, so I guess there will be people that will quote them from time to time. What's amazing to me is sometimes they'll go back to like cholesterol clarity. In fact, I was on an interview yesterday. They wanted to talk all about cholesterol. That book's 8 years old, but they were still so enthralled by the topic, they wanted to get me on to do my thing. Always happy to oblige. Running shoes needed with MCT oil. Yes, Kira, to say the least. Let's just say that when I did the 2 tablespoons, I didn't leave the porcelain goddess for a little while. It's like, okay, might as well get in here and write a chapter on a book. This was like 8 or 10 years ago when I first did the MCT debacle. Now I don't even really use MCT. You can. I don't see a reason why it needs to be in my diet. If you want to make like a dressing out of it, use small amounts of MCT with avocado or olive oil, a little vinegar, that kind of thing. Or if you drink smoothies, maybe you can put it in a smoothie, give you a little extra fat burning. But small amounts, targeted amounts, recommended amounts, not 2 big ass tablespoons like Jimmy Moore did. Won't make that mistake again. So yes, guys, day 59 of my sabbatical to 50. Still out here, still doing my thing. And as always, if you missed any of the past videos that I've done, go check me out over on my website, livinglavitalow-carb.com/staybatical. You can also look up the hashtag staybatical to 50 here on Instagram. You can also look it up on YouTube and Facebook as well. It goes on all those pages, all the videos. I got a lot of people that are like, Jimmy, that's way early on the West Coast of the United States. I'm like, I know. I don't expect you to be up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning for you. That's why I put it on replay. So all of you who watch there, you watch in Australia or the UK, wherever you're watching, either live or on the replay, thank you. Thank you for being here. Debbie says, I don't use MCT oil. According to Dr. Westman, you don't need it. You don't need it. Just like you don't need exogenous ketones. There's a lot of things you don't need. Are they helpful in circumstances? Yes. I think somebody with neurodegenerative types of conditions, Alzheimer's, epilepsy, traumatic brain injury, you want your brain to have more ketones. MCT, medium chain triglyceride oil, actually provides that precursor to ketone production. So that's why it's out there. But the problem is people hear MCT and they think it's for everybody. And it's not. Same with exogenous ketones and ketone esters. Not everybody needs to be taking those things. I would say the vast majority of people don't need to be taking those things. They don't. Make your ketones endogenously and everything will work out. Whew. Busy road today. This is the road that basically is right by my neighborhood, so gonna not get run over. All right. So yeah, you guys, thank you for being here. Always encouraging me. Be proud of you. Be proud of who you are. Don't look for it from other people. As Brittany said, no external validation. The tough love is give yourself the internal validation, the internal love, the internal care. And yes, being proud of yourself is a part of that. Nobody else. Nobody else's job, just yours. And the sooner you learn that, the better off you will be. All right, guys, let me get off of here for now. I do have an interview coming up on Instagram Live, 1 p.m. Eastern time today. Nicole Carter. And she wants to talk about this subject of keto helping with estrogen dominance. And of course, guys, when they hear estrogen dominance, they think, oh, that's a girl thing. It's a girl and a guy thing. And we're going to dive into all that with Nicole in just a few hours from now. So thanks for watching this walk and talk today. We will be back again very, very soon. So we'll see you then. Bye, guys.